All right, everybody, welcome to post-game Iowa State. Well, it wasn't pretty for 15 minutes. In fact, that was pretty rough to start the game. Iowa State really struggled early in the first half, but give them a ton of credit. They come back and blow out Oklahoma, beat them by 13. 58-45 was your final. Reaction Pod is always presented by our friends at Carl Auto Group. Story about this one is Demarion Watson. This is a cool story. I've told this story before about I was doing an event with Gabe Kalsher and Robert Jones a couple of falls ago, and they were telling me about this kid named Demarion Watson who they thought was just unbelievable. They thought that he was going to be total stud, and because they saw the natural ability the day he stepped on campus. And the reason I tell you that is because it's taken a while for Demarion to be able to realize that, right? It didn't come immediately. I think if he was being honest with us, he hasn't played the minutes that he thought he would early in his career. And tonight it all comes to fruition. 15 points, 7 of 7 from the field, 9 rebounds. I just saw him check out of the game. I'm quite certain that Otts was choked up, embracing him. You could see the pride in his eyes. That's a really cool deal. And Iowa State needed it tonight, folks, because the offense was just not there. I mentioned the shooting issues for the Cyclones early. 4 of 16 from three-point land tonight. Didn't get a ton of points off of turnovers, only 14, which is not a big number for this team. So you needed to have a guy, really step up. And Demarion was it. Kurt Jones was 11 points, but it took him 13 shots to get there, 1 of 6 from 3. There's not another player on this entire team that I would say played well offensively tonight other than Demarion Watson. Is he the reason they won? No, there were other things that happened, but I don't know if you win the game without him tonight, the sophomore. So really a cool deal. Iowa State really locked in defensively tonight. That's the thing about if you're not making shots, you have that defense that always travels. Clearly, that's a cliche because they were at home tonight, but Oklahoma goes 15 of 46 from the field. That's 32%. Yuck. And the Cyclones force 14 turnovers for Oklahoma, a team that slows it down a little bit more than you're used to. Points per possession, this is one of my favorite stats, 0.76 points per possession tonight for Oklahoma. I had a gentleman ask me during our pregame show besides winning, what would be a good night for Iowa State tonight. This was a good night for Iowa State, and let me explain why. And this will be the final point that I make here in postgame. This is a game that you lose last year, and we saw them do it when you don't play well, when you're not making shots. This Iowa State team is good enough to overcome that. That's why tonight's a big deal. The last 2 games have not been Iowa State's A games. In fact, they've been more like C games. And you still, you should have had a double-digit win against West Virginia. They won by 7. Get the double-digit win tonight. Offensive numbers might take a little bit of a beating, but who cares? Iowa State's well on its way to really a huge game on Saturday now at Central Florida to put next week on a tee as you're trying to go out and win a Big 12 regular season championship. Going to need a little bit of help, but nonetheless, it's right there for the taking. This is a good win because of that. Any team can win games when you play your best, right? When you play poorly and you still take care of business against a team like Oklahoma that will probably be in the NCAA tournament. They've got some work to do still through Porter Mosier's team. But these are my favorite kind of wins because we know they're better than this. And I also think, I really think this, that these Otzelberger teams play so hard. They play so hard that you do wear down a little bit in the middle of February. And we've seen this 3 years in a row now. But again, they figure it out, and they're good enough to overcome it. So a big win, 58-45. Want to comment on the Iowa State women as well, and also remind you guys, I got to look at my calendar. I don't even know what time I'm live tomorrow. I have so many shows to do tomorrow. Bloom and I are going live tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock, or at 12, that is. We're going live at 12 tomorrow. Okay? So noon, Williams and Bloom. Wednesday will be on your Thursday. We will react to everything. But the Iowa State women go on the road tonight and get a massive win. Lock now to make the NCAA tournament. They win at number 15, Kansas State. Iowa State's domination of the Purple Kitties continues. What a massive win for that group of young players. I love seeing Hannah Bellinger and Emily Ryan go back home in the state of Kansas and pick up that clutch win. This is a team that continues to get better and better. We knew that they would due to the youth. They're a threat now. You look at Kansas City next week, they may have a double bye. Who would have thought that? Who would have thought that that was even possible? Hell of a job. Hell of a job by Finley and that crew, and just a really great season by them. Got their 11th win tonight. They could pick up 12 on Saturday with Cincinnati coming to town, where they're going to be a big favorite on Senior Day. Absolutely love it. Tonight, Addie Brown was a monster. 24 points, 10 rebounds tonight for the freshman. Audie Crooks was really good too. Emily Ryan was great. Just across the board, they had an awesome game. The player I love to watch is Jackson. She's just always got her nose in something. Like she just makes plays, even if her stats aren't great. Sometimes, like I just feel so comfortable when she has the basketball. I love watching that team. Keeping that group together. Hey, you're looking at a team that could be top 10 preseason next year. I mean it. I don't think I'm being crazy there. I don't think that's nuts with what they have coming back. So just a really good night. Really, really impressed with how the men were able to not play well and convincingly win again. Again, that's what makes you a great team compared to like a good or an average team. You don't necessarily it's hard. The really good teams don't play their best and can still comfortably cruise past the good teams. And that's what Iowa State did tonight. They beat a tournament team handily. Well, really, really impressed with everything that we saw. And we'll be back on Saturday. The women and men will play at the same time, unfortunately, on Saturday. But we'll be able to cover them both as we always do here at Cyclone Fanatic. All right. Again, join me in Bloom at noon on your Thursday. We'll get that done for you, and I am fired up. We got a fun couple weeks planned for you with all of our great tournament coverage. We'll be with the men and the women and wrestling as well the entire way. Jacqueline Cordova will be with wrestling. Appreciate all of you guys following along. My name is Chris Williams. We appreciate Carl Auto Group for bringing you tonight's show. If you're driving back from the game, get home safely, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.